So what we're going to talk about today is how to explain the business to people. Hey, aloha, I'm Mark J for Teaching Tuesdays here. By now you probably know I'm the creator of the #1 network marketing training in the world, Go 90 Grow, and the #1 self-development course, the Master Key Experience, the only course in the world that actually gives you quantifiable results for the members that join and what their results were, not a couple of anecdotal stories. And I need to tell you this, I'm going to show you two methods, so next week I'll show you another method, and just pick whichever one you think works best for you. But I love this one because the easiest way to deal with objections is to eliminate them ahead of time. And most people don't really know how to do that. Secondly, there's only one of 4 personality types that you can explain a marketing plan to perfectly, and the 5%, 3%, and 1% on Tuesday, and if it's raining in Belgium, they get a double bone, all that nonsense, and the 7 ways we get paid. And that's a white. And the problem with whites is they're not going to make a decision right away. They're going to drag it out because they need to do all their research. And you'll learn more about the colors as we go through these wonderful Teaching Tuesdays. By the way, thank you to so many of you that spread the word about what's going on here on Tuesdays. It's Teaching Tuesdays, and then it's Thoughtful Thursdays, because everybody knows the success begins here. It doesn't begin when you get people in, it begins before. But that's for Thursday, so we'll see you on Thursday too. But basically, I have not shown a marketing plan since 1999, about halfway through 99. I discovered something which was much easier to explain to people, but that's not important. What's important is they all understood it, and they enrolled. More than 30% of the people that my wife and myself enrolled the last 2 years, 2.5 years we were building in 2008, 9, and 10, before we liquidated all our network marketing businesses and moved into teaching, we enrolled more than 30% of the people. They didn't even know the name of the company. So right now you're salivating and it's like, okay, enough of this. Tell me how you do it, right? And that's part of being successful, is understanding the second strongest force is curiosity. And you arouse somebody's curiosity and then satiate it, pull out an application and start writing, okay? So how do you explain the business to people? We're going to pick this up as if you've had a dialogue with them. You know they want to pay for Jack and Jill's education, and that would make them feel proud, okay? You need to get an emotion with what they want, and in the skills that I'm going to give you for free, you can learn how to do that. That's really the money, instead of telling people how they should believe, what they should think, what they should earn, and why your company's the greatest. That's not why people join. They join for what's in it for them. So we're picking this up as if someone has shared with us, they have 2 kids, Jack and Jill, that they want to put through college, want to pay for their education, and that would make them feel really proud and appreciated, okay? So that's going to be the closing sentence. So we're having the dialogue, and I'm going to say, well, Joanne, I can see at this point, as far as I'm concerned, this is a perfect fit for you. But of course, you'd need to know how we get paid. And for many, many years, I had a prejudice about home-based businesses, network marketing companies, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, the pyramid thing was in my head and everything. And then I had a conversation in September 17th of 1993, and it changed my life. I finally understood what this business was and how I could make a lot of money and have a lot of time with my family. Would it be okay if I shared what that man shared with me? Now, when you use that phrase, would it be okay if, 100% of the time people are going to say, sure, okay, go ahead, or whatever. This is called getting consent before you present. Get consent before you present. So now she's curious. Jack and Jill's education is on the line, and I'm going to say, well, what he told me was that we were in the time leverage business. Now, whatever day you're watching this, you can say, and I made this great discovery. right? And go back and talk to people that said no, that you confused with the pin levels and the double diamond pooper duper scooper and the triple emerald ruby, whatever, amethyst, zircon, whatever, okay? So I say, well, we're in the time leverage business. And what that means is you're going to learn how to leverage your time. So in the first couple of months, you're going to put in 10 hours, Joanne, and you're going to get paid for 10 hours. Probably right around minimum wage, a little bit less, a little bit more. But what you're actually learning is how to DTST. That stands for do the same thing. And if we just back the clock up a little bit, Joey, and you were on Davine's list, we called you and invited you to this meeting. That was step one of our simple 3-step plan. Right now we're doing step 2, and in a minute I'll tell you what step 3 is. But you're going to learn to do the same thing, and what's Davine done so far? And of course she's going to say nothing or just listened. And I'm going to say, is that something that you think that you'd be able to do? And when she says yes, one of the 3 things in the prospect's head, can I make any money? What would I have to do and can I do it? It's satiated. Because once she knows and agrees that she can do it, the 2 of the big 3 are out of the way. Now you just have to show her the money. So this is what happens. You're going to put in about 10 hours. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to introduce me and Davine to people. You're going to put your phone on mute. Sounds pretty easy. Yes? Of course she's going to say yes. She's agreeing again to do the business. Don't talk her out of it with numbers and pin levels and words she's never heard before. People are more likely to move forward with what's familiar, so talk in everyday language, not in network marketing jargon. So at the end of a couple of months, after that, we're going to have 10 people, 10 partners like you in the business. Now I'm including her. And they're putting in 10 hours a week. Now this, he told me, this is new math. He said 10 times 10 is how much, do you think? And I said 100. He said, well, actually, it's 110. You're going to get paid on these 10 people's efforts for the 10 hours plus your 10. He said, do you understand? And I said, look, I'm Polish and Italian, but I'm picking this up. I got it, okay? So anyway, now you didn't bring 10 partners to the table. Some of the people that you brought to the table brought some people in. So over the first couple of months, you're going to do what Davine and I do. You're going to bring in about 1 person a month, teach them to do the same thing. And by teaching these people to do the same thing, you get financially compensated. If Davine and I get you to $15,000 a month so you can pay for your kids' education, the company's going to send us a $4,000 bonus. Do you have a problem with us getting a bonus from the company to getting you to $15,000? Listen to me. This is money right here. When you tell them what's in it for you, all of a sudden, you don't seem like this angel that fell out of the sky with this discovery about the greatest thing in the world, okay? So 10 times 10 equals 110. That's going to give, and then in about, so this would be about 2 to 4 months. In 4 to 6 months, this is going to grow to about 100 people putting in 10 hours. And what are they doing? They're doing the same thing. They're introducing people that are inviting them to this meeting. It's not rocket science. He said, what do you think this equals, Mark? And I said, 1,010. He said, right. So you're going to get paid on 1,010 hours a week. And how many hours are you putting in, Mark? And I went, does this really work? He said, I'm sitting here with you doing it. I said, are you kidding me? He said, even if you were making $2 a person, it's $2,000. He said, we make about $5 or $6 a person based on their monthly order. Now, in about 8 to 12 months, theoretically, this would be 4,000 people. It's just one person bringing in one partner a month, okay? But let's cut it by 75%, okay? This is going to be times 10 hours is 10,010 hours. How many hours you getting paid for, Mark? 10,010? He said, that's a week, pal, not a month. And I said, are you kidding me? He said, no. He said, but here's the thing that's great about our business. Hey, how many hours are you putting in? 10. I said, OMG. Is this true? and he said something that sold me. He said, no, it isn't true. He said, only about 20% of these people are going to put in the time. So 200 people, about 20% of the 80% won't do very much. 20% will put in some time. So this is going to be 2,010 hours. And if you're making just $2 an hour on these people, what you're really talking about here is $4,040 a week, or about $16,000 a month. And watching Jack and Jill walk across stage debt-free because you paid for their education is going to give you great pride, yes? And when she says yes, she just joined the business. Very easy way with no charts, no graphs, no circles, no pyramids. You took care of that early by confessing it yourself. So, try it out, work it out, and have some fun with it because it's money. The main thing is I know that you understand this. And when you go from 1,000 to 200 and knock it down, they're thinking it's a little unbelievable, settles right back down, and they see you for what you are, honest, because these 1,000 people are not all going to put in 10 hours. And that you tell them that, rather than painting some picture that's redonkulous, creates that transparency that we talked about in last week's lesson. Don't talk about transparency. Don't talk about integrity. Just behave that way. So here's what you can do for me. I just saved you a ton of time. I just made you a lot of money. I want you to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell there so you'll know when a new lesson comes up, and I'm going to give you a gift for doing that. By the way, in the comments, anything you want us to teach on, let me know, okay? I love this stuff. Okay, it's freenetworkskills.biz, freenetworkskills.biz. That link will be down there. And let me ask you a question. Someone that actually cares about their team, what do you think they would do next with this information after commenting? Yes, you in the back row.
Share it with their team.
Share it with their team. Okay, so hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you for Thoughtful Thursday, and we'll be back next week with another way to explain the business to people without circles and diagrams and all that stuff. Peace be the journey. Aloha from beautiful Kauai, Hawaii. You're worth it. Do the work.